Hey everybody, welcome back to the Caliber 8 Tools Q&A edition, where we answer questions from the general public about tools and tool-related activities. So guys, let's jump right into it. Okay, so first question is from James. Now James asks, what is the durability or lifespan of a power drill? Well, James, a power drill can last up to 15 or even 20 years or longer than that. It depends on how well you maintain it. So as far as the life expectancy or lifespan of a power drill, there are a couple of things to consider with any power tool, and that's the motor and the battery if it's cordless. Now, you can and can't control these two factors. What do I mean by that? Well, you can control what brands you invest in because certain brands have a certain reputation of producing better quality products than others. Not saying any names, but obviously that translates into how long a product is known to last, or in other words, how well does it stand up to wear and tear, and all of that. So what you can control is an educated guess, your own educated guess, or your own research or experience with the tool. What you cannot control is whether or not that particular tool you just bought has a defect right out of the factory, that'll affect its performance, or say an unforeseen accident. Having said all that, when it comes to motors, brushless is the way to go these days because it's less friction in the motor compared to DC brushed motors. And the less friction, the longer the life of the tool. If it's cordless, of course, the battery life is a factor, not necessarily the runtime, but the actual lifespan of the battery itself before it has to be replaced. That could be around 3 to 5 years. So at the end of the day, it's how much you care for your tool. Do you give it the proper maintenance during its life? Hope that helps, James. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, next question is from Candace, and she asks, what are the tools every homeowner needs? All right, let's jump into that. Well, number one, a screwdriver set. Okay, you got to have a screwdriver set. Why? Because there are screws in almost everything. Even the most non-DIY products have screws. Your hair dryers, vacuum cleaners, electric can openers, etc. You might have to take something apart to fix or replace something. That dome that covers your light bulbs, for example. You need screwdrivers to fix or replace your wall sockets or put sliders in for those cabinet drawers. A screwdriver set is a definite must-have. Ladders. You definitely got to have a ladder. This is a no-brainer. Unless you're 9 feet tall, which is the standard height of a ceiling in a house, you're going to need a ladder. Not just for ceilings or roofs, but even a small step ladder will make it easier and safer for you to get to high places like kitchen cabinets or smoke alarms. Ladders are definitely a must-have in any tool shed. How about a hammer? If you're going to do any type of carpentry work, you're going to need a hammer. Whether you're nailing together something or prying apart 2 pieces of wood or material, you're going to need a hammer. Hammers can help you build or demolish things. From framing a house to knocking down drywall, a hammer is the go-to tool. Matter of fact, check out the video how to use a hammer properly on the channel. We talk about the different types of hammers, from claw hammers, framing hammers, even sledgehammers, and more. A measuring tape. Measure twice, cut once is the old saying. Whether you are a DIY pro or not, you're going to need a measuring tape for most projects. It's no way around it. Without a measuring tape, you are just winging it. And if you expect the project to turn out the way you want it, you can't wing it. This physical dimension we live in is based on math. We live in a space-time continuum. And if you are building something, you need to know how much space it will take up in the area that you're going to put it. How do you measure that space or that object you're working on without a measuring tape? Otherwise, things are going to turn out too big or too small. By the way, you got to know how to read a measuring tape. So go check out the video on how to read a measuring tape like a pro on this channel. An adjustable wrench. Just like there are screws everywhere, there are also nuts everywhere. Most people don't have a pneumatic socket wrench with an air compressor laying around the house, but they most likely have an adjustable wrench in the toolbox. A drill. Now, drills are for making holes, right? But they're not just for making holes. They're great for putting in those long or short screws and taking out those same screws as well, using the power of electricity. Any serious homeowner has a drill in their toolbox. A toolbox. Now, of course, you can't fit a ladder in your toolbox, but all the other tools I mentioned can fit in one. And that's where you should store all your tools so they won't get lost or wind up in the hands of a child who may harm themselves. It's a good way to stay organized and save time by keeping all your tools in one place. It's not a bad idea to keep a lock on your toolbox as well for extra safety. Okay, Candace, so I mentioned 6 tools that every homeowner should have around the house, and I threw in a toolbox there because the toolbox is just as important as all the other tools I mentioned. But feel free to do the research on what other tools that you may need around the house, because trust me, there's a lot more, and you should go ahead and look into that. So Candace, I hope this helped, and let's go on to the next question. Okay, the next question is from Christine, and she asks, what is the best drill bit for crystal jewelry? Now, this is a very interesting question, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tackle it. First off, they do have drills especially made for jewelry. They could be very compact handheld rotary tools, but they come in a variety of sizes. If you're a jewelry maker, I'm sure you're familiar with these. If not, you are now. These drills can have different speeds. Some have lower speeds and some have higher speeds. Some have variable speeds. Now, the higher the speed, the better for drilling holes in your gemstone or crystals. And the higher speed drill bits tend to be more expensive. Believe it or not, they have manual jewelry drills that use no electric power at all. These are said to be great for necklaces, and engraving and so forth. Now, as far as drill bits, diamond drill bits are recommended for these jewelry drills. And just like a regular drill, you want to make sure to have a maintenance schedule or routine for your jewelry drill. That includes checking for debris or pieces of stone that may be stuck in the chuck of the drill. You also want to make sure that the drill is lubricated and you're using the right size drill bit for your project. Okay, Christine, I hope that helped. Thanks for the question. It was very interesting, and I learned a lot from that as well. Okay, guys, this has been episode 2 of the Calibrate Tools Q&A edition, where we answered questions like, what is the durability or lifespan of a power drill? What are the tools every homeowner needs? And what is the best drill bit for jewelry, stones, or crystals? So guys, hey, I learned a lot today. Let me know if you did in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one.